Hello friends, hope you have liked the previous videos which I have uploaded about transistors and working out transistors. So in this video I shall start the optoelectronic devices, so which deals with the photons of the radiations. So under optoelectronic devices, three electronic devices are coming: photodiode, light emitting diode, and solar cell. So first, I'm starting the photodiode. So the work of photodiode is to detect optical signals. So what is photodiode? Photodiode is a heavily doped PN junction diode. So it is, so as the name suggests, it is a diode which works only on reverse bias condition. So this is the important point, that it works on reverse bias condition, and in the last I also will explain why it works in the reverse bias condition. So let's go to its working. So working, first I want to draw the circuit symbol. This is the circuit symbol, and note this is cathode. So it detects, so its work is to detect optical signals. So its circuit is, so this is a PN junction. Sorry, this is a PN junction, and since it is reverse biased, so it is negative, it is positive, and here I connect a load resistor to detect the current. Okay, so this is the circuit symbol, diagram, and this is the circuit symbol of photodiode. So let's see what happens in photodiode. So when when a light radiation falls, when a light radiation of energy h nu falls on the PN junction diode, then what happens? Excitation of electrons. So first thing is excitation of electron takes place. So first thing takes place, excitation of electron from ground state to excited state. So what after excitation, there will be formation of electron hole pairs. So holes pair will be formed. So electron since the hole pair will be formed, then they will get separated due to this voltage, due to this reverse bias voltage. There will be separation of the electron and the holes, means the holes will go to to the p side, and the electrons will go to n side. So there will be a uh, voltage across this junction. There will be a creation of voltage across this junction due to this formation of electron pairs and their detachment, and since the holes go to p side and the electrons go to n side, so there will be a voltage generation. Means there will due to this voltage, there will be a flow of current. There will be a generation of a current. Since it is load resistor, so let it be IL. So there will be a formation of current due to this radiation. There will be a formation of current. So by this current, mm, by the generation of this current, we can detect the optical signal. So the thing is clear to you, means when the current generates, there will be we can detect the optical signals by the use of this current, by the generation of this current. So this is what photodiode, this is how photodiodes works. So now I will explain you why it is working on reverse bias conditions. Because since we know that suppose a n type semiconductor. So in n type semiconductor, both n type semiconductor both holes and electrons are there. So what happens? Both holes and electrons will be present. Both electrons and holes, means and p-n type junction. Sorry, this p-n type junction, n type and p type, means both holes and electrons will be present. So when a light radiation incident, so there will be a excitation of electrons. Excitation of electrons means fractional increase of electron, and that fractional increase of electron will be same, means here it is n plus del n, and here is p plus del p. So del n is equal to del p. Okay, so in a p, so it is del n is equal to del p, means fractional change is same, but we know that n is greater than p. So what happens, so by using this relation, then del n by n will be lesser than del p by p. So since the fractional change, so majority charge carriers, since the majority charge carriers are the electrons, so n will be greater than p, and means number of electrons will be greater than number of holes, because in an n-type semiconductor, number of electrons is greater than number of holes, so fractional increase in the electron takes place and the fractional increase in the holes takes place. So since it is a n-type semiconductor, n will be greater than p, but del n is equal to del p, because the fractional change in the same because the fraction means fractional change, no, the increase in the number of electrons and the holes is same, but the fractional change is less than the fractional change of electron is less than fractional change of holes, due to which the current detection can be the current detection is possible, due to which the current the current generated due to electrons lesser as compared to holes. Therefore, photodiode always works on reverse bias condition. So this is how photodiode works on the reverse bias conditions. So hope you have understood the photodiode. So next we are going to light emitting diode. So what is light emitting diode? Where the LEDs we are seeing, that is your light emitting diode. This is your LEDs. So second we are going from LEDs. So light emitting diode. The working of light emitting diode is clear to you, because you know that it converts electrical energy to, it utilizes electronic energy to provide light energy in the form of radiation, by emitting radiation. So its for circuit symbol is this, and the important point is that it works in the forward bias condition, opposite to photodiode. It always works on forward bias condition. This is the important point in this. So how it works? So just see, I'm drawing the circuit diagram. Little difference in this circuit diagram. This is your n-type semiconductor. This is your p-type semiconductor. Here there will be we are supplying the electronic. This is p is connected to the positive, and n is connected to negative. So this is the supplied voltage, and this is the circuit diagram of light emitting diode. So see how it's working. So see how it works. Here it is emitting radiations. So So let's see how it emits radiations. So when the electricity is passed through this p-n junction, it is also a p-n junction diode. So when the electricity is being passed, if passed, then you know the p-n junction, a depletion layer is there. A depletion layer is there in the p-n junction. A depletion layer is there. So when a p-n junction works, it is p side, it is n side. So when the electricity is passed, then the p type semiconductor then the holes move towards the n type semiconductor, and the electrons move towards the p type semiconductor, due to which the minority charge carriers here electrons, minority charge carriers here electrons, and here the minority charge carriers are the holes. So due to this formation, since it is forward biased, the depletion layer gradually decreases, means this depletion layer gradually becomes thin, and here the minority charge carriers combines with the majority charge carriers, and here also the minority charge carriers combines with the majority charge carriers. So due to recombination of electron due to main thing, this is important, due to recombination of majority and minority charge carriers, majority and minority charge carriers, there will the energy release of energy takes place in the form of radiation, and that release of energy we see in the form of light energy. So what happens actually, I make it understand that due to recombination of due to release of energy, there will be the emission of radiation. And so as we increase the forward bias current, so here forward bias current, greater will be the forward bias current, greater will be the recombination, and greater will be the release of energy, and greater will be the intensity of light. So it is directly proportional to the intensity of light radiation. So after when you increase the forward bias current, then intensity of light radiation will increase, but as you go on increasing the forward bias condition, the intensity of light radiations will go on increasing, but at a saturation point, the intensity will not increase on increasing the forward bias current. Okay, so so it is directly proportional to intensity of light, but at a point when you increase the forward bias current, the intensity of light remains same, it will not increase further, otherwise rather it decreases. So I'm seeing the here I'm getting the graph here. This is our intensity, and this is electric current. So this is the graph. It is a certain type of wavelength. It depends on wavelength, means different types of colors, different colors, it depends on different colors. Suppose it is red, it is blue, it is violet, means it depends on different colors. So so two things you have to note, that the intensity of light radiation depends upon the forward bias current and the color of radiation will depend upon the band energy gap. So this band energy gap means the depletion region. I forgot to say one thing, that due to this the radiation will emit, the radiation will get emitted with a frequency with a energy h nu, with an energy h nu always lesser than this band gap energy. So this is the band gap energy, this between always this will be less than band gap energy. So depending upon this band gap energy, band energy gap, the color of radiation will depend. Okay, so I hope you understood this light emitting diode. So next I'm going to solar cell. So what is solar cell? So uh, opposite to light emitting diode, the function of the solar cell to convert solar energy to electrical energy. Solar energy to electrical energy. So this is the work of solar. This is the work of solar. This is the work of solar cells. So let's see how it works. Solar cells. So let's see. Mm, So the main function is is it converts solar energy into electrical energy. So here it will be a PN junction. Same here it will be a PN junction. It is connected a voltage. Here a resistor has been connected. Okay. So here three processes will, sorry, here three processes is involved. Okay, here three processes will be involved. So what are these processes? First, since it converts solar energy to electrical energy, so here it is a load resistor I have connected. So when a radiation h nu incidents on PN junction, so what happens? First happens excitation of electrons from ground state to excited state. Then happens generation of electron hole pair. After generation of electron hole pairs, there will be separation and recombination. There will be separation and recombination. So what happens? The excitation of electrons first takes place, then generation of electron hole pairs will be takes place, then the separation will takes place when the hole will go towards the p type and the means connected. Sorry, here there will be no external source. Hole will go towards the p type and electrons will go towards the n type. So as a result, what happens? The majority charge carriers will move towards the magnetic will move towards here the holes will move towards n type semiconductor, and here the electrons are going move towards the p type semiconductor. As a result, a photovoltage is been set up across this PN junction. A photovoltage will set across this PN junction. So due to the production of the photovoltage, a current will take place. Here the photo current will take place. Here the generation of photo current will take place. So due to the generation of photovoltage, there will be a current. Photo current will exist. Okay. So this is how solar cell works. Means it converts solar energy to electrical energy. Here a photo current will exist due to this solar energy. So now an important graph you have to understand. You have to remember this graph. So this is a graph. This is open circuit voltage. This is open circuit voltage, and here it is short circuit current. So this graph you have to remember while writing the solar cell. You have to draw this graph. Okay, I hope you liked this video. In this module I have cleared about the optoelectronic devices, photodiode, light emitting diode, and solar cell. So hope you understood it. Please like, subscribe, and share.